Welcome back to Conversations on Deck, and today is Sunday afternoon reading with Bruce Weber's All Pro Baseball Stars 1977. In Baseball Stars 76, we told you that Kansas City only had one rookie to watch, Tom Poquette. Thanks, Tom, for making us look good. There's no question Poquette was one of the keys to the Royals' AL West title. Despite a serious injury, fractured cheekbone, concussion, Tom played in 104 KC games and he hit a sparkling 302. He trailed only AL bat leaders George Brett and Hal McRae for Royals honors. A former football running back at Memorial High School in Eau Claire, Wisconsin, Poquette has had injury problems throughout his career. The 25-year-old has only 2 knee operations. Both resulted from a baseball accident. He stepped in a drainage ditch. The second operation on January 19, 1975, ruined Tom's 1975 season. He played about 2/3 of the year at Jacksonville, Florida. He hit .256 and had lost some speed. There were questions. No more. Tom was super last year. In addition to the 302 average, Poquette had 104 hits, 30 of them for extra bases. He had 34 ribbies and 6 steals. The 5'11", 175-pound left-handed hitter has only one problem. He hustles too much. Last season's injury came in a battle with the left field fence in Royal Stadium. Tom lost. Pokey was great, said manager Whitey Herzog. I love guys who hustle. We knew he could play defense, but his bat, that was great. He sparks the whole team. Now, I'll tell you, after reading that section in the All-Pro Baseball Stars 1977, I started thinking, hey, let's do a little deep dive on Tom Poquette. And even that quote at the very end, that was just part of a quote by Whitey Herzog in 1976. So I wanted to read that direct quote, and you guys have already started to find out. I love quotes because you get so much, of the insight from the people that were right there. And here's what Whitey said, his whole quote. Tom has really been a pleasant surprise. We knew he was a fine defensive player, but his bat has been a big bonus. The thing that really makes Tom valuable is his attitude and hustle. He's one of those players who seem to spark the whole team, end quote. Now, I'm telling you, if anybody talks, about somebody and you say things like, hey, it's been a pleasant surprise, that's a plus. But then when they say, hey, this whatever you're doing is a big bonus, love hearing that. And then when somebody sees value in another person, I think that's so important. Especially, me being a believer in Jesus Christ, I do believe everybody has value. We were all created in the image of God. That makes everybody special. And I think that's so important in today's world to value other people. But then also, here's Whitey Herzog, Hall of Fame manager, admiring the attitude and hustle. And again, I think that's so important, not just in sports, but in everyday life. You have a chance to wake up every single morning. You could be positive or you could be negative. I know I have off days too. Sometimes I wake up and it's like, But we only have so much time on this earth. And for like these ball players, Tom Poquette, he had 7 seasons. That was it. He had a lot of injuries, but he also had that attitude of, I need to hustle. And then the final part is he seems to spark the whole team. I love that. I love it when you have somebody on your team that can be that spark plug. I coached cross-country running and skiing and track and field a long time ago, even a tiny bit of soccer. And I think the most valuable athletes are the ones that are coachable, the ones that hustle, the ones that have a great attitude, and they think about team. And that means they might not be the fastest runner. They might not be the fastest skier. They might not have scored the most goals, but they have that heart for the team. And you can't put a price on that at all. So let's look at Tom a little bit more. He was born on October 30th, 1951 in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. He was an outfielder by trade. He was actually, which I thought was kind of cool, and I've got the card, is he's on the 1975 rookie card of the tops, the outfielders, with Freddie Lynn. And the Freddie Lynn picture is funny because it looks like he got airbrushed and touched up. He even thinks that's kind of funny too. But Tom played 7 seasons. His career definitely cut short by injuries. After he was playing baseball, he got into coaching and managing. Worked with the Royals organization for about 20 years plus. Another thing that I found out, he's one of 6 kids. I love big families. I have 2 kids myself, but I also come from a family of 10 kids, and I think that's kind of cool. I have 5 older brothers and 4 older sisters. And Tom's family was 5 boys, 1 girl. And in 2004, he suffered a traumatic brain injury from a thrown bat from an opposing player that hit a grounder that was going to get scooped up. The guy was upset, threw the bat, and the knob of the bat hit Tom square right in the temple, knocked him unconscious, but he did suffer permanent damage as a result. But again, that didn't stop him. He's got a positive attitude. He's still going. So then my other thought was, okay, so we're looking at these predictions for these players in this Bruce Weber book. Is how did he do in 1977? He had a really good 76. So let's look at 77. He was 25 years old. He had a 1.6 WAR. He played in 106 games. Probably that number was lower because of injuries. Also, there were some great players on the Royals team. He had 43 runs, 100 hits. So imagine how many hits he would have had if he had a full 162 games. 23 doubles, 2 homers. He was not known for his power. 33 ribbies, 1 stolen base, 19 walks, 21 Ks. When you think about that, that's not bad. That's a low K level. 292 batting average, 5 hit by pitches, and he was known for very good defense. So he was solid, no errors that year in 77. So I think the Bruce Weber prediction, I think it paid off. Now, last thing I want to close this with is a little pokey wisdom. And this is him talking about back in 1970 when he was drafted by the Kansas City Royals. That was the year I was born. And here's what he said. Quote, "We were all sitting in the living room with Art Stewart. My dad said, 'Whatever you do, Tom, it's okay. It's your life.' I was an 18-year-old kid. I signed." End quote. Art Stewart was the scout that had scouted him out. And imagine that, being an 18-year-old kid, you're about to sign a contract, and your dad doesn't put any pressure on you. What does he do? His dad just affirms him. Whatever you do, Tom, it's okay. It's your life. And I think that's great wisdom from a parent, is to be able to say, you're old enough now, you've got to make the choice. You've got to make the decisions. And that's hard, being a parent of 2 adult kids. Is, boy, I like to give my opinion on stuff, or my wisdom, or my experiences, and I got to hold back, and it's tough. But imagine that. You've got a dad who affirms you. And I think that's a great lesson for me as a dad, and hopefully that's a good lesson for all of you in the hobby today. So I hope truly that you enjoyed the Sunday afternoon reading with Bruce Weber's All Pro Baseball Stars 1977. Have a great week, folks.